So, if you clicked on this video, you know what the deal is. I'm basically explaining to you why the Galaxy Note 10 Plus is probably not the phone that you should buy. You should probably buy something else. Don't get me wrong, I think it's an amazing phone, just probably not the phone that you should buy. And I'm going to explain to you why. But first, I'm Architect with Architect. If you like what I'm saying, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. If you don't like what I'm saying, does it hurt for you to do it anyway? Like and subscribe. Nobody loses in that situation. Is what I'm saying. So I'm desperately begging you to please like and subscribe to my channel. So, anyway, why do I feel like the Galaxy Note 10 Plus is not the phone that you should buy? I actually have a few reasons for that. Before I get into that, let me get into what I do like about the phone, right? I think it's an amazing phone. It's an amazing device, quite honestly. It is literally the phone that I use every single day, right? I'm not some famous tech blogger that gets sent test phones or can afford to buy 15, 20 phones a year or whatever. That's just not who I am. So the Galaxy Note 10 Plus is actually my daily driver. But it's that way for one primary reason. There are a lot of sub-reasons, but there's one primary reason, and I am actually coincidentally holding it in my hand. It is the S Pen, right? This right here makes all the difference in the world for me, right? I use this thing more than once a day, right? I'm always using it to jot down notes at work. I deal a lot with customers. I'm a computer tech, so I deal a lot with customers. They're giving me information. They're telling me, applications that they need put back on their computer. They're telling me, all this information that I'm needing to write down, what printers they print to. Like, I need to write all this information down. It's much easier for me to just pull the pen out, write it down, pop the pen back in, and be done with it. And I use it for other stuff too. I like to doodle. I wouldn't call myself like an artist, but I do draw in my spare time. So, it's nice to have it for that. But no other device on the market offers the capabilities that this pen has with it. LG is actually the only other company that even offers another device with the pen stored inside of the phone. And it doesn't even come close to, but I don't think they're trying to. I think their intention is to offer a lower end version of something like the Galaxy Note for people who don't want to pay that kind of money. Which brings me to why I say the Galaxy Note 10 Plus is probably not the phone you should buy. It is an $1,100 phone. It's not cheap, not by any means. And unless you use the pen all the time, unless you want the triple camera setup with the, arguably best cameras that you can get in a smartphone, unless you just absolutely need that basically 7-inch, AMO LED display, unless you need all of these different things, then quite honestly, you don't need the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. If you want a device that you can get for fairly inexpensive, you don't want something that's too old, but you still want to be able to use the pen and kind of get an idea of what that's like, the Galaxy Note 9 is a really good buy. You can get that for pretty much brand new condition, $500-600, right? $500-600 if you're patient, right? Maybe closer to $6 to $7 if you want to just be able to hop online, buy one in brand new condition, and just have it, tomorrow or whatever. But that's still, at $700, that's still $400 less than what you would pay for the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And the Galaxy Note 9 offers a lot of the same features that the Note 10 Plus has, especially after you upgrade your Note 9 to One UI. right? Even the pen in the Note 9 is a Bluetooth capable pen. You can use it to snap pictures. You can use it to start and stop music. And you can also use it to continue through pictures in a slideshow, which are probably the only three things that you'll be using this for anyway, outside of writing on the screen. I don't see myself doing the whole zoom in, zoom out thing, right? I don't see myself using it to flick and make it do different. Like, that's just not, the only other thing I use this pen for, right, that comes in handy is if I'm in S Note, I could just tap on the pen button and it automatically cycles through my saved pens. So if I have like a blue ink pen and then like maybe a red like quill type pen, and then I have a highlighter or something like that, like it'll cycle through between those, and that actually does come in handy. But outside of that, like nothing, right, that would prompt you to buy the Note 10 Plus over like the Note 9, right? If having the latest and greatest is not a concern to you. The Note 9 does have a slower processor. It has less RAM in it. It doesn't do as well playing video games. It only has 2 cameras instead of 3. Like, there are differences, but what I'm saying is if having the latest and greatest is not what you're concerned about, then get the Note 9, right? Outside of that, if you don't care about the pen at all, then why are you buying the Galaxy Note? Outside of just wanting Samsung's quote-unquote flagship device of the year, why are you buying the Note, right? Even if you don't buy, let's say you want Samsung's flagship phone, right? If you just wait 6 months after the Note comes out and just wait till February, then guess what? The next S series gets released. And then 6 months later, the Note gets released. And then 6 months later, the S series gets released. Like, go with the S series. If you want the latest and greatest, but don't care about the pen, the S series is going to be the way to go, because you pay a premium to have the pen and the technology that the pen requires to be able to be used on the phone. If none of that matters, right? Look at other devices, the OnePlus 7T, the OnePlus 7T Pro, Google Pixel devices, right? Huawei actually making some pretty compelling devices these days. We won't really get into that whole little situation. You know what I'm talking about. But they make good devices nowadays, right? Like, you can go with any of those manufacturers and buy devices that are almost as good as the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, right? We're talking about devices that will give you anywhere from 70 to 90% of the functionality that you get out of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus for far less money. Does the OnePlus 7T lose a few things? Yes. It doesn't have wireless charging, which means it also doesn't have reverse wireless charging. Obviously, it doesn't have the pen, right? The display, not as high of a pixel density, right? I think it's a 1080p display on the OnePlus 7. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. But so you do lose some things. The Galaxy Note 10 is a slimmer profile than the OnePlus phones. On the flip side of that, with the OnePlus though, it is literally all screen. There are like hardly any bezels because of that pop-up selfie camera, right? It also has a triple lens system on the back that, while it may not be as good as Samsung's, right, it is very close. And unless having the latest and greatest when it comes to that specific thing matters, then why pay extra money just to have the latest and greatest, right? Even the Pixel 4 that just got released today, which will be touted as latest and greatest, it's $200 less than the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. $200. That means you can save yourself $200 and have a phone that came out after the Galaxy Note 10 Plus came out. I don't see any logical reason that if you don't use the technology that's in the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, especially the pen, you are wasting your money buying the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Right? So that's my reasoning there. You can get devices that are almost as good, 7 to 8 out of 10, as good as the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. No pun intended. No? Oh, okay. But yeah, you can get devices that are almost just as good without having to spend that kind of money. So, let me know what phone you use down in the comments. Do you use the Galaxy Note 10 Plus? Did you consider buying it? Do you have it and are considering selling it and getting something else, or returning it and getting something else? If so, what are you looking at? Like, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm Architect, and I'm signing off.